It is day 6 of the Great Victorian Bike Ride, a rest day, thankfully, and here in Sale in Gippsland. And it's where some riders start their 3-day journey to Wonthaggi. Yesterday, the weather was pretty bad. And so it was so bad that most riders caught a bus from Paynesville to Sale. But that's nothing for Brenton Hearty. He's in charge of the WARBYs, the We Are Right Behind You volunteers who support others on the ride. Morning, Brenton.
Good morning, Jono.
And we've also got Sheldon here, who, Harry, you've done all of the Great Victorian Bike Rides, is that right?
I have indeed. Yes.
What do you love about it so much?
Oh, well, there's lots of things, really. I mean, anecdotally, I say to people that I have to stay in front of a couple of guys that are just behind me, and I'm in an envious position that, unlike most athletes who have to really work hard to be out front, I can come in last and I still get to keep the record.
Yeah, that's it. You've just got to come. You've got to turn up every year. That's the main thing. Hey, Brenton, what's the ride been like this year?
We always come in last, by the way, Harry.
Yes, that's part of your job.
It wouldn't be, we are right behind you otherwise. So you were asking?
Oh, what's the ride been like this year?
Look, it's been a pretty good ride. I mean, even yesterday was actually, if anyone got out yesterday in all that pouring rain, it was actually a really good ride. Everybody had smiles on their faces because we had a tailwind.
Yeah, yes. Right.
Had lots and lots of tailwind yesterday.
Oh, well, that's good, because I think there were only about 100 people who chose to ride yesterday from Paynesville to Sale. Is that right?
It seemed like more. I was at the gate as sort of waves, pardon the pun.
Yes.
Waves and waves of people were going out, excuse me, but it was a lot less than previous days.
Yeah, okay. Well, Harry, as I mentioned, you've done all of the Great Vic bike rides. How does this weather compare to the weather from other years? Is this worse than other years, or...?
No.
No, not too bad?
Not at all.
Okay. This is nothing for you. Just a little bit of rain? It's fine.
Not quite. We've had some horrendous winds. We had some crosswinds actually yesterday where the rain was actually stinging you if you hit you in the face.
Oh.
So that was a little uncomfortable. But other than that, it was okay. We've had let me think now. I think 85. It rained something like 5 out of the 9 days. So this is nothing.
This is great. This is perfect. Yeah.
This is luxury.
Just for people who might not know about WARBYs and the We Are Right Behind You volunteers.
Yep.
What do WARBYs do?
Okay, so what WARBYs are basically bicycle first aid, people first aid, motivational, emotional, spiritual first aid. The job's to get out there. I mean, people are on a holiday, and the job's to get out there and help them get through their holiday and have a nice time, pretty much.
Hang on. Get through their holiday.
Well, okay. Inappropriate choice of words, perhaps. Maybe the last couple of days have been getting through.
Because when I have a holiday, I don't really try and get through it, you know?
But what if you've got somebody there helping you, you know?
Yeah, true.
That's the job. So if you have a bike breakdown, we're there. Sometimes if somebody's got a bit of a first aid issue, we're there. Sometimes it's to help people just ride along, somebody to talk to, and the kilometres sort of just disappear, that sort of thing.
Yeah, do you have a list of inspirational quotes you can give people to keep them going?
I will do by tomorrow.
Good. Very good, very good. Hey, Harry, does Gippsland have a reputation as having the worst weather? Because I'm thinking back to 2017 when it had to be cancelled. Like
it does have that. Yes.
Does it? Oh, well.
We've had strong winds where they couldn't pitch the marquee tent one year.
Yeah.
And interesting enough, the ride was reversed several years later so that we ended in Buchan rather than starting that side of town. And so what happened? The wind changed direction.
Good old Gippsland. Yeah, I wondered about that. And because at the end of each Great Vic bike ride, the next year's location will be announced. So when it is announced as Gippsland, do you kind of think, oh, here we go?
I must admit that crossed my mind, yes.
Oh, great. Gippsland again.
Lift your game.
It's going to be wet again. Have you had any doubts about the ride this year, Brenton, or has it all been, you've been pretty confident?
No, quite confident actually, yeah. No, yeah. I thought it was a good course that we're riding, and the ride probably out of Buchan was a little challenging because it's such a steep hill coming out of there. But no, generally speaking, it's been good.
Yeah, right. So just to recap, so you've gone Buchan.
No, we started
Orbost.
Yeah.
Yep. And then where did you go?
So went Orbost to Buchan to Lakes Entrance, to Paynesville and then through to Sale yesterday.
Yeah, and then where are you off to? Today's the rest day, and then Sale to
Port Albert.
Port Albert, yep.
And then through to Wonthaggi. Am I missing one?
Yes, Fish Creek.
Fish Creek, sorry,
yes.
Port Albert, Fish Creek, and then Wonthaggi, the finish.
Rightio. Okay, and some people do start their 3 days in
Correct.
Sale, don't they?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if many people have decided to, just because of the weather, kind of dip out in Sale or not do it? Or
I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, there were people that went home yesterday that wouldn't normally be going home because of the weather.
Yep.
There were people that sagged, which basically means they jump onto a bus and missed yesterday's ride to come through to Sale. But one would imagine they sagged because they're going to continue on.
Yeah, right. Okay. Or I did see some people yesterday who looked like they were making their way from where they would have been camping to accommodation, which I think both of you gentlemen did stay in accommodation last night.
We could keep that on the quiet.
Right. Okay. We'll keep that down. Don't tell anyone about that.
That was setting confidence.
So when you turn up in the morning, you say, "Gee, how was that rain last night?" Oh,
It's not unusual though. Wherever the rest day is,
Yeah.
a lot of people book accommodation.
Yes.
Get their washing done. Get a dry bed for the night.
yes, yeah, fair enough. Well, we're going to continue our conversation about the Great Vic Bike Ride in just a moment because there are so many school groups on it. Every year there are so many school groups on the Great Vic Bike Ride, and we've got one of those about to come in. But Brenton Hearty, thank you for coming in, and also Harry Sheldon. Long may you ride, good sir. Hopefully you're doing it again next year. And when are you going to stop doing it?
Well, that's interesting. One of my secrets, and I've been accused of taking advantage of a group called Hands Up. I raise money for charity,
Yeah.
and as a consequence of that helps me get over those hills where you think, what the hell am I doing here?
It's good motivation,
It's
yeah.
a good motivation.
So you're going to keep going forever, aren't you?
Well, I always aim for that 0, so
Yeah.
40's a couple of years away.
Yeah,
so.
right. Okay, good luck. Thank you very much. Brenton Hearty, in charge of the WARBY riders, the We Are Right Behind You support riders as part of the Great Vic Bike Ride, and Harry Sheldon, who's done every single Great Victorian Bike Ride. This is Fiona Apple.